A to the K.
A to the K.
A to the K. Who's ready to go all in on some all in predictions? Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If we must. So yeah, all in's back around again.
It is.
Mad that.
It is.
Not going to this one either. One day, maybe.
Yeah. Basically, we're always like, money.
Yeah. I did do Clash this time.
I don't want to sound like a tight ass here, Carl, but wrestling ain't cheap, man.
No,
Like,
it ain't.
as you well know.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
damn,
I mean, Clash
must have, that must have hurt.
It did. It still hurts. But let's talk about All In, shall we? It's a bit of an eclectic card, this one. There's a couple of things on here that I'm really looking forward to. A couple of things, not so much. So we'll just go through.
Couple of haters.
Couple of haters. So announced for 0 Hour, we've got Willow Nightingale teaming up with Ishii to take on Statlander and Stoke. Good old Stokes.
Okay.
Which is pretty random, isn't it? To be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, these two have obviously had a feud for a while.
She hasn't still got the belt, right?
She has a belt. It's the CMLL.
CMLL.
Well, Willow Nightingale's cooking.
Okay. I was like, there's no way that moved hands, right?
Yeah.
But they gave her a different belt.
They did.
This one's just as good. Now get to the pre-show.
Yeah, which is saying a lot, really, considering the amount of belts AEW's got. You still have to steal one from CMLL. You know? But
What All In's about.
Exactly.
Belts.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously these two have had a feud for a while now since Chris turned heel. And yeah, it's going to be funny seeing Stokely Hathaway fight, isn't it? Let's be honest. I'm sure there's going to be some humorous things in there. I don't know why or how Ishii fits into this. Well, let's go with it.
It's just like, we need someone else.
It's like,
approach, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, well, he's done a bit of work for us, so we may as well fly him over to England, and we've got no feuds for him. So.
Yeah, this is just vacation days.
Basically. But yeah, I could see Stokely getting, being the reason why him and Statlander lose this one. So I think we're going to have Willow and Ishii picking up the win.
I feel like Willow's probably the natural win here.
Yeah, I just, it's kind of, interesting one. But
yeah, there you go. Predicted.
Not so much I'll say about that. But the TNT title is on the line. Anthony Jack Perry taking on Darby Allin. Darby's held the belt like 17 times now or something.
Well, this is the funny thing. I never for once thought in my life I would say this, but it's going to be Jack Perry keeping the belt, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't even feel right saying it.
It doesn't feel right.
Oh, that was wrong.
Yeah.
But come on. Darby's Darby's the wrong opponent for this, in all fairness.
Yeah.
Well, hey ho.
I'll try and give Jack Perry some props here to a degree. Obviously, Jungle Boy was all right for a bit at the start of things, wasn't it? And then, when he went into a bit of a bad boy, just didn't really work, did it? And
nothing really works because it's Jack Perry.
Well, yeah. But considering that, I think the fact the fact that they've been able to turn this into I still think the whole match for the TNT title was pointless anyway. If he was going to win it, they should have just given it to him.
Yeah, I'm not. But that would have added to the corruption, surely.
Yeah.
But hey ho,
it makes sense if he's with the EVPs and all that good stuff. And I do think it's too soon for him to drop the belt at the minute.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And
I think your points.
I think with a better opponent, the thing is, right? I'm gonna be a cunt again, but Jack Perry needs better opponents. And this is not against Darby. No, it's not really. It's just that
kind of is.
This doesn't feel anything special, and you need something special for Jack Perry because
he's two of the pillars.
Otherwise, it's just a Jack Perry match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All due respect to both of them, who's carrying this match here? What's the draw power here?
Yeah.
I feel like that was a smarky comment, and I'm sorry.
It is smarky.
But, what makes you want to watch this match?
You just don't like Darby. It'll be a good matmatch.
No, I actually, out of these two, I kind of like Darby. That's the funny thing about this match.
That's what it does to you. But I think it'll be an entertaining match. Let's be honest. Darby will do some mad shit. Let's keep Jack Perry away from real glass.
But isn't that kind of the problem now, though? Is we're not looking for a good match here, and we're all probably expecting the title not to change hands. But Darby's going to do some mad shit.
Well, that's what he does, isn't it?
Mad
and
shit.
I do kind of feel like they will do something with real glass, just to be a throwback to, the whole All In moment anyway.
Yeah.
But hopefully there's no more brawl-ins anyway at All In. But I think Jack Perry keeps it.
You know what? Like, a lot of people would hate this if it happened, but if the EVPs actually book some sort of simulated Brawl In for this year as a bit of a send up to the original Brawl In, that would be kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people would be like, oh, we just can't let it go and shit like that, but I actually think that'd be quite tongue in cheek. Just saying.
Well, yeah, there's maybe that'll happen.
Do the exact backstage thing, but it's Darby and Jack Perry. That'd make me laugh.
Yeah, I see that working. But I think, yeah, Jack Perry probably retain. Feels a bit soon.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Well, they can make it a yearly thing with All In that Jack Perry gets choked out by somebody backstage.
Who's the perfect person? Who's the perfect person this time?
Mox.
Yeah. Let it be Mox. But yeah, Jack Perry will retain. Now, we haven't got any graphics this one yet. Tony. Sort your shit out. But
it's not like AEW Heroes.
I know, right?
Shouting into the void.
Yeah, we won't get into it.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. But there is what do you call this? A triple threat trios match?
The triple?
Maybe.
I mean, I think they sell that at Burger King, but
it sounds delicious.
It does.
That's what it does. But we are going to have the Patriarchy defending the trios titles against House of Black and the Bang Bang Gang.
I really still hate that name.
Yeah. I quite like it.
Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah. Quite like it. I wouldn't get it on a t-shirt or anything. But I quite like it.
Constantly having to go, it's a wrestling thing. Actually, that sounds worse.
Yeah.
It's a porn thing.
Yeah. This is interesting, this one to me. I don't think the Patriarchy should be champs, let's be fair. Love Christian and everything he's done, but
they call me the Love Christian.
It doesn't make sense. So I would give it to House of Black because
the trouble is
just there, aren't they? House of Black just floating around.
I think House of Black are ace, but I really think and I didn't think I'd be saying this either, but Aleister Black, is that his name now?
Yeah.
Malachi Black.
Oops.
Malachi Black needs to hold a big title. He needs to run with a big. They need to have the House of Black being a dominant force around him, but he needs to hold a big title.
Yeah,
this is kind of where AEW fail. They have a million factions, but them factions have zero impact. I'll give WWE the due. Roman Reigns had his faction and was playing the odds, wasn't he? He was always supported by them. He kept the title run as long as he did because of the faction. What the House of Black do for him? And I'm not just coming to House of Black. I think they do it with factions in general. It's we're all friends, but that never really has any impact on anything.
I think this is where the trios title hurts factions a bit in AEW because, your WWE reference, you've got the Bloodline, members of them could go for the tag titles while someone else chases a single because you've got trios belts. It's there's three of you, so you guys are trios now.
Yeah. Just by default.
Yeah. So that's why Malachi's not had a push in it, to be fair.
The only way to be fair to this, right, is the same reason I'm moaning about the tag titles in WWE is the same reason I'm moaning about the trios here. There isn't enough fucking teams. We always had that problem with WWE over the years. You had tag titles and not enough tag teams. Yeah. That's improving now, don't be wrong. But that was always the problem. And it's the same thing here. We've only got so many trios. The Acclaim need to rock up at some point probably because they're the only other trio I can think of right now.
That could work. And obviously, Arse Boys are in this, so it would make sense for them to be involved in some way. But yeah, I mean, who knows? By the time All In comes around, this could be a fatal 4-way, a 4-3-2-1 match or something, come up with some crazy shit. But I think House of Black should win it because otherwise they're doing nothing.
I agree.
But yeah, Patriarchy just doesn't make sense to me. Right. Casino Battle Royal. So, no idea who's in it.
No.
Whoever wins it gets a shot at the AEW Championship.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Go on.
Bobby Lashley.
Maybe.
I think they'll go straight for it. He'll come in, he'll win, he'll have MVP at his back, and they'll put him straight to a title match with Swerve. I don't know how that match will go, but I think the ultimate sort of culmination will be Swerve's part of the hair business. The Swerve business.
Damn. Oh, shit, I like that. I don't know. I don't know if I can see Bobby over there, to be fair. Might be Top Dollar. history there in this, Swerve and top dollar.
I mean, yeah, if you want to make it worse, you could do that, yeah.
No, I think it's going to be Hangman because whether we like it or not,
we've tried and he just can't hang.
Hey, whether we like it or not, we're going to see another Hangman Swerve match. Not that there's anything wrong with the others, but it just feels like it's never going to fucking end, you know? But that's where they're going with it, in my opinion. So Hangman's got nothing to do. So let him win this. He gets a future shot at Swerve because, yeah.
Yeah, okay, why not? Okay. I'm sticking with Bobby Lashley.
I mean, not to give any spoilers away. That's if Swerve wins, of course. We'll come on to that. But okay, so we got Bobby Lashley or Hangman.
Well, you gotta pick some wild choices, mate. It's a gambling themed.
Well, he might have a wild card, and he would be a hell of a wild card. Okay, Mercedes Mone, Britt Baker, EMD. Who wins it?
Now, this is a difficult one to try and call because, as far as I'm concerned, Britt's come back and she'll come back with the momentum. She is a pillar, right? And then instead she's come back with the controversy. Oh, she got suspended and all that bollocks. Right?
Ooh, friend.
Sorry. Anyway. But, like, naturally you'd go, well, the MD should get it, right? And rubber band it, you can have a rematch, right? But I think what's going to happen is instead they're going to try and use Britt to keep repelling Monet. I don't think that's the right call.
Yeah.
But I do think logically it's probably going to be Monet who wins this.
Don't want to do some Steiner math, but you add Kamille into the mix and Mercedes' chances drastic go up, you know. I do think that Kamille, as the whole bodyguard to all of this, is going to get involved, going to cost Britt. Maybe we see...
by herself.
Unless we see the return of Reba. I'd love Rebel back.
Yeah.
She's been gone for way too long. But like...
I yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Getting the gang back together.
Yeah. Unless... I don't know. I still feel like Kamille... She's just so big and dominant for that division. Do you know what I mean? And eventually we'll probably get the Mercedes versus Kamille thing. There'll be a turn at some point. But for now, because they've just introduced her and stuff, I think...
So to be honest, yeah, Camille's probably the way of making this less damaging, I suppose, for like Britt. But it's just a shame because I feel like we've been waiting for so long for Britt to come back and then it's like fed to Monet.
Yeah.
But I get it because Monet's like a big commodity. It's difficult. It's just difficult.
You know, I mean, have you heard this? Have you read about this? She's already in fucking trouble again, isn't she, Britt? She's already been like suspended and all that. Apparently she was...
Yeah, I mentioned that like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. I listen. I hope you guys do too. But yeah, so it's probably a bad luck for her to come back and then cause, you know, Britt causing shit and then gets the belt.
Do you think she was though? Because you don't get the truth of the matters. You just get a lot of shit blown out of proportion.
Oh, well, obviously it's dead like, shit in it, but
it's like it's all that typical like, oh, there's so much dissension backstage and all this. And it's like she's probably one of the main things out of AEW, like in terms of like where it was totally the right call. Was MJF whoever said in a promo about her being a pillar, more of a pillar than Darby? Was it something like that?
Punk, wasn't it?
Was it more of a pillar than Punk?
Yeah, Punk said
Punk said she's more of a pillar
than MJF.
Okay, that bit's not true, but they're both pillars. Like, she was the pillar of the women's division.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like it needs to have that respect on it. You know?
No, I do. But yeah, I just think Camille's going to be the factor here. So Mercedes will be champ for the longest time. She's got 2 belts now, so let's see whether she adds another one somehow. But yeah, Mercedes.
Okay.
Monet. Which takes us to MJF, and he will be facing Will Ospreay for the newly named AEW American Championship.
I mean, surely this is Ospreay. His hometown.
I mean, I'd like to hope so. And I love MJF, but it's stupid having it as the American title. And I don't like MJF when he's like Mr. America. You know? So it's like, if the solution to that is have Ospreay win, you know, in London, and they rename it back to the fucking international title or the Great British title, whatever they want to call it.
They need to stick international. I'll be honest, US title isn't bad, but I kind of hate it when they're doing a really old trope here, but I hate it when they go, well, that is like the US title or that is a particular title, so let's have them be like really all about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like back in the day, and you'd have it with WWE, and they'd be like, well, we're not American, we're un-American, and it's like we deliberately won the US title, and we're gonna, and then you're like, nah, just let's not make it about where you're from, because let's be honest, wrestling's not really about that now. It's so international, especially AEW, who are constantly working with Japan and CMML and so on like that. You go, what the fuck are you concentrating on that particular thing? But like, well, I'm from the US and I'm better than you. It's like, but like, generally you thought you were better than everyone anyway.
Well, exactly.
So why it's just a slight variance of your gimmick?
Why does your country come into like it means nothing? Exactly. But no, I do think Will would be the right choice here. I just
hope they don't go, well, let's make it the British title or something.
I've never been one. Like, you get a lot of people going, hey, we've got way too many belts, right? I've never been that kind of guy. Kind of am a bit. Because they'll go back to calling this the international title, but now you've got the continental title. So then just like, you basically took the intercontinental title and gone, well, we'll have the international and the continental. And it's like, well, fuck's sake. Like, it's a lot, you know.
But then they'll unify them, because fuck it, why not?
Well, yeah, maybe it's not bad. I think maybe they should do that. But I'm interested to see which way this goes. You'd like to think with the hometown advantage.
Like, as much as people, like, because I've seen so many people defend it with AEW and go, you know, they've not got that many more, oh, no, they've got less belts than WWE and all this. And it's like, yeah, but seriously, I literally remember them having a match that it was Eddie Kingston won it. And it's like, that match was for 3 belts.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was it. It was the Continental Crown, and it was like...
Yeah, but like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you got so many belts, you happen to have 3 of them for one match. Like, it was taking the piss a bit, to be honest.
Taking the piss. But no, I love MJF. I want to see Ospreay win it.
Yeah, I agree. I think for the London thing, you have to.
Agreed.
You have to.
I am looking forward to this match the most.
Yeah.
It'll
be a great match.
This is AEW absolutely killing it, building a story. You believe it?
The best bit of storytelling they've done. And I feel like a large part of it's just been that they've let them run with it.
Yeah. It's just been so good, though. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That being said, I think Mariah May needs to actually win this. I think that needs to be the culmination of the story, surely.
I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
I bet you wouldn't.
I wouldn't be against it. But then, are they going to do that with both? Like, well, Ospreay's British, she can have the belt. Mariah May's British, she can have the belt.
To be honest, I never even looked at it like that. I just thought the natural end to this story between these two is for her to ascend past her protege status. Yeah. No,
it definitely makes sense to do that. I just think it's been such a well-crafted story, but also I don't know how much of the story's left to tell now that the turn's happened and stuff. Like,
you see, that's where I think, and I know people will probably want this to carry on, but I think this is the natural end point. Mariah gets the win, and then maybe Toni has a bit of time off or whatever, but then it's not timeless Toni again. She can move on to other things because that story's told. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it finishes with Mariah taking the win.
Yeah. Maybe. It is definitely an interesting one. I don't know whether I want to see it take time off, though, to be fair, because
I shouldn't have to take time off.
No. I get what you mean. Like, it might do her some good, to be fair, in a sense, but like, I wouldn't be against seeing her just have a mental breakdown, the fact that she's lost the belt, kind of thing. So,
yeah. She just like desponding for a little while and then like come back.
And I don't know whether they will pull the trigger on both Ospreay and Mariah May. Well, I don't know. I think Mariah May makes sense. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Which takes us to the main event, and it's interesting because there's now the added stipulation: it's title versus career.
I think that they're putting the belt on Daniel Bryan.
I mean, Bryan Danielson.
That one too.
Yeah,
one of them.
Yeah.
Triple threat, really.
Him and Aleister Black.
Yeah. That's the one.
Do you think so? No, he's been adamant and he's saying he never wants to win the main belt there and stuff.
I know, but
and he's meant to be going and having neck surgery.
I feel like it's all just a poor swerve. There's too many factors where it's like, it was deliberate. But it's like there's too many factors where they're like, oh, I'm going to put my career on the line for this match, and then oh, but I need to have neck surgery and my back's bad and I got kids, and you're like, there's so many factors to why he shouldn't win it that I feel like they're just weirdly in a shit way trying to paint like a bit of an underdog thing, like, oh, there's no way he's going to win this, so that when he wins we all go, oh, and I'm like, nah,
maybe
bullshit.
But like, would you be happy with Swerve's title run just being
I wouldn't. But I feel like, even being honest, I think they're probably going to go, well, let's put a bit of prestige on the belt and put it on Daniel, who's like a legend in the business, and I think they just, and this is no disrespect to Daniel Bryan when I say it, but
Bryan Danielson.
I don't give a fuck. It's no disrespect when I say it, but I feel like they're putting too much stock in like his status in the company. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a big deal. It's like, yeah, but
well, he's one of the only super widely known names from his WWE time, though, isn't he?
He is, so, but it's like
you don't have Punk anymore. It's like
it's kind of, well, it's not even that, but he's kind of at that status where he's like, he's a legend, isn't he? Like, as much as I can't even say.
Go on.
I was going to say, as much as you love seeing legends in the wrestling business, you don't want to see them like winning titles and stuff, because that doesn't really do anything for the modern product.
Yeah,
he's in his twilight, isn't he? So you go, well, do I want him to win the belt? Probably not. No.
Yeah,
but I feel like they're going to put the belt on him.
Get it from like a legacy standpoint, yeah. To be like, well,
but it's a legacy thing.
Bryan Danielson
and the point I was going to make that I nearly fucking ruined was like, you wouldn't want to see The Rock, and I'm like, fuck, people actually would want to see The Rock.
I want to see them.
So, because again, like certain ones, you go, well, The Rock is kind of an exception, but most legends,
yeah,
like you wouldn't have Ric Flair come and win fucking world title now, would you?
Well, who knows?
I mean, I don't know where he is.
He had fucking Woo energy drink on.
I think it's just fucking in a parking lot where we're now, isn't it? I don't know what's happening.
Okay, so you think Danielson?
I think so.
Okay, I think Danielson will have some time off, go and get his neck looked at, and then we'll set up Hangman and Swerve again. It's the next thing.
But you think that's Danielson done with the company then? In an on-screen sense?
No, I think like title versus career probably means that he won't be a full-time wrestler anymore. But like he'll come back and he'll be like, oh, but you put your career on the line. And he was like, oh. I don't think they'll go down the Cody route here. I mean, I will never ever like with stipulation like that.
Would it be great if it was actually like he's put his career on the line, so Swerve wins his career? Like, all those accolades are mine now.
Free. Yeah, that could work. Okay, I know Swerve.
For those who don't know who his wife is, they just think you just shout for cheese.
I love cheese. Right? But yeah, so All In is very much a happening very soon. So yeah, can't wait for the Toni Storm and Mariah May match. Definitely, Ospreay MJF is going to be a banger. And yeah, I suppose the kind of mystique of the main event now is also going to be interesting.
Not forget Bobby Lashley's debut.
Bobby Lashley's debut. Before we let you go, make sure you check out in the description the Hot Tag Foundation, all the awesome work that they're doing ahead of the Toil Rumble donation drive. So go and check that out. If you're listening to this, then do the usual, download, give us 5 stars. We would appreciate it. And for anyone watching us now, like, comment, subscribe, let us know what your thoughts are for All In. And we will catch you on the next one.